Here is a map of one of the most famous motor racing circuits in Europe. It is made up of public roads, and here in June, the French Automobile Club de l'Ouest stages the Le Mans 24-hour race. Let us take you around the circuit. Here is Tertre Rouge, the fast right-hand bend that takes us onto the straight. There won't be any of this traffic to worry the driver in the race itself. Just nearly 60 cars trying as hard as they can to win. Some of the finest sports cars from France, Italy, Germany, England and the United States. The fastest will be doing 160 miles an hour down this 3-mile straight. Not that speed alone can win this 24-hour race. To win a motor race, it is necessary to finish. And the control of the team manager plays as large a part as the skill of the driver. Soon your speed must come down, almost to a crawl, as the right-angle turn at Mulsanne looms up. There is every sort of corner on this circuit, and it is on this stretch of the course that precious seconds can be saved, seconds that add up to vital minutes in the 24 hours. And now we are approaching Arnage, the slowest corner on the course. And then on, up past White House, on up to the pits to complete our lap of this 8.5-mile long circuit. These are sports cars of the type you may see on any road, any day. And each car must carry its normal road equipment and all the spares and tools that may be needed in the race. Hence this official inspection, or scrutineering as it is called, where everything is checked and sealed under the direction of Accard, secretary of the organizing club. And here's Charles Farou. No French motor race is complete without him. Scrutineers are always scrutineers, and whatever language you speak, you've probably got something to say about the regulations.
They want a screw in there, longer, with a hole through it where they can put a bolt, a bolt with a hole through it where they can put their seal in it, and then you can't take it off. If you do, you break it.
Comme s'il y avait une goupille.
Maintenant, la voiture de Monsieur Lang.
La voiture de Monsieur Lang. Et le lettre qu'on attend, c'est la vérification de nouveaux moteurs.
Mais le permis normal à conduire.
Oui, oui, le
But the official side of motor racing is only one part of the story. There are unofficial headquarters in the square, where everyone is made to feel at home. For this week, motoring enthusiasts from all over the world are welcome visitors. This is indeed the traditional atmosphere of motor racing and Le Mans. And in garages, in farms, in old chateaux throughout the district, the cars are being finally prepared. And sometimes repaired. Here is Villoresi, the great Italian racing driver. He shares the wheel of a Ferrari with his friend and teammate Alberto Ascari, champion driver of the world. Here's Parnell and Thompson having a hard day. And this is Briggs Cunningham. Here indeed is every shape and size of motor car, with every sort of motorist. At last the day arrives. Since dawn, cars and coaches have brought vast crowds to the circuit from every part of France. For not only is this race, the 20th of the series, a great national occasion, but never before has it held out such dramatic promise. British hopes run high with Jaguars, last year's winner, and Aston Martin, who have competed more times in this event than any other marque. Strong support also comes from the Nash Healey's and the Allards. Neubauer, pre-war team chief of the fabulous Grand Prix Mercedes, is back again. The American challenge is provided by the three Cunninghams. French hopes centre on the Talbots and the very fast Gordinis. The Italian Ferraris are being driven by Rosier, Villoresi and Ascari. Now all the 57 cars are being lined up, ready for the traditional Le Mans start. A crowd of 180,000 people wait as the seconds tick away to the fall of the flag. Macklin ties his shoelaces a little tighter. Briggs Cunningham takes a last look round his car. Eric Thompson checks the time. The drivers have taken up their stations opposite their cars. Here's Sterling Moss, lap record holder. Approaching Tertre Rouge, it's John Fitch Cunningham in the lead. Phil Walters with another Cunningham next up. Moss and Roth in Jaguars are third and fourth. Levesque Talbot is fifth. There go two of the Mercedes team. At Mulsanne, it's still the Cunningham, but the Jaguars move up to second and third place. Arnage, and the Cunningham still leads, but the Ferraris of Simon and Ascari are closing up. At the end of lap one, Walters Cunningham leads from Moss Jaguar with Simon Ascari third and fourth on Ferraris. On lap two, the Cunningham leads at Tertre Rouge, Walters having completed his first lap at an average of over 100 miles an hour. Moss lies second with the two Ferraris challenging the Jaguar. This doesn't look like a 24-hour race at all. Can any car possibly last 2,000 miles at this pace? On his second tour, Simon Ferrari breaks the lap record, but already Ascari is pulling out to pass him. On lap three, Ascari goes round at an average of over 107 miles an hour, shattering the lap record only just set up. Already the smaller, slower cars are being lapped, but this terrific pace is telling. Here's Ascari in trouble at the pits. This left Simon and Moss up into first and second places. Simon, number 14, first. Moss, number 17, second. Just watch how these drivers use every inch of the road to enter the straight at the highest possible speed. The fast straight which makes Mulsanne so easy to misjudge. De Monte's Oscar spins, and the road is blocked. Where's the flag marshal? Retirements are already reported. Parnell's Aston Martin is out, so is a Simca and one of the little Renaults. Tony Roth is worried. The Jaguar is overheating. The Ferrari's in trouble too. "5 o'clock, and Simon, the Italian Ferrari, leads from Stirling Moss on the British Jaguar, with the American Cunningham driven by Walters in third place. The French-driven Healy retired. The Morgan isn't going very fast. All the Jaguars are in trouble with overheating. Ian Stewart's first Le Mans race is already over. And here's Stirling Moss in second place only a short time ago. And British hopes fade as the car is wheeled away. Signals from the pits control the drivers and tell them of their position after 2 hours racing. Simon Ferrari still leads the race. And the amazing little French Gordini, driven by Manzon Béra, comes up into second place. Rosier is third on a Ferrari. Now, with a minimum distance of 236 miles covered, drivers are being called in for refueling. Strict regulations permit the refilling of tanks every 236 miles, when they are once again resealed for a similar distance. These routine stops give a chance for drivers to change over and have a chat with each other. The officials may also have a word or two to say, as they watch to see that all regulations are observed. And here is Duntop on Allard number 5 at Tertre Rouge. And that's him, that was, at Mulsanne. Motor racing is no picnic when you lose your brakes at over 100 miles an hour. Ferraris seem to have shot their bolt. Cole is in trouble. Ascari and Hilde are out. Simon is dropping back, and now the little Gordini comes up into first place. The Cunningham of Walters is lying second, and the Kling Mercedes, number 22, takes up third position. Fourth is Levesque on the Talbot. Fitch in the Cunningham is fifth. Amedée Gordini, racing driver, engineer, designer of the car which now leads, sits calmly in his pit, directing the running of the car that bears his name. Neubauer is in the picture, with number 22 Mercedes, now in second place, challenging the flying Gordini. And here's Levesque, close behind the Mercedes in third place. The whole family comes to this race, and even if you don't want to look at cars, there's plenty to do. Some go home to eat, but thousands will spend the night around the circuit. For as night begins to fall, Le Mans rarely comes into its own. Saturday evening, and French hopes are high. The Gordini leads the race, and the Levesque Talbot is second, with Mercedes 20 and 21 in third and fourth places. Number 22 has already fallen back. This is a 24-hour job for the press, too, for interest in motor racing is spreading all over the world. Now the leading Gordini comes in to fill up, with the French Talbot lying second, and Mercedes still third and fourth. Midnight and drama. The Mercedes, driven by Kling and Klink, stops at the pits with dynamo failure. And with 16 hours to go, Neubauer is left with only 2 cars. Through the night, the French Gordini sets the pace at a higher average speed than ever before on this circuit. Just after 3 in the morning, disaster comes to the Gordini. The leader is in at the pits, and the car is out with brake trouble. But now another Frenchman, Pierre Levesque, on Talbot number 8, takes over the lead for France. Mercedes are now second and third. Speed for the race is only just below 100 miles an hour as dawn breaks. And the thick mist which has been troubling drivers still lingers at Mulsanne. And here's Levesque. Pierre Levesque, leading by some 35 miles with the Talbot, is coming in to refuel. But all is not well with the car, and the rev counter drive has broken. He must be tired, for he has driven the whole way. But knowing the car better than his second driver does, he decides to go on driving himself. In second and third places, the Mercedes come in for refill and to change wheels. Their pit work is as fast and efficient as ever. It's Sunday morning in France, and by the side of the circuit, Mass is celebrated. Martial is trying to push the Oscar nearly 3 miles to his pit. He would be disqualified if he gets any help out on the circuit. O'clock, 6 hours to go. Only 24 cars, the original 57, are still running, and Pierre Levesque still leads. Second, Mercedes number 20, driven by Niedermeyer and Helfrich. Third, Lang and Rees on number 21 Mercedes. And the Lance Macklin, Peter Collins, Aston Martin lies fourth. Now Levesque is bringing the Talbot in to refuel. A tired man with a tired car is still holding a speed that will win him the race if both man and machine can stand the strain. Levesque's great drive is capturing the imagination of everyone with his gallant fight against the works Mercedes. He climbs back into the cockpit of the car he has now driven for over 18 hours. Martial has nearly reached his pit. If only the mechanics can get the car going again, he may yet finish. And to finish in this 24-hour race will be no mean achievement. But the clutch is beyond repair. "11 o'clock, 5 hours to go, and now only 23 cars left. And Levesque still leads. Mercedes number 20 second. Mercedes number 21 third. The Aston still fourth. And now fifth, the Nash Healey, which has just changed places with Chabou's Talbot. And now something is happening in the Mercedes pit. Number 21 goes by in second place. 20 is overdue. And in the Aston Martin pit, they realize their car has a chance of third place. Out on the circuit, the overdue Mercedes is still running, but very slowly. Precious minutes are being lost as the Aston steadily moves up. At last, the Mercedes reaches the pit. Mechanics examine the back wheel. There's trouble with the wheel. And now something is wrong in the Aston pit. Macklin is coming in. There's rear axle trouble.
Le jeune Saint-Pierre Graine est perdu, il est devant le centre Pernod. Nous prévenons les parents que nous ne passerons plus d'annonces d'enfants perdus, qu'ils veuillent réclamer directement au bureau.
Mercedes gets away, still in third place.
Car certaines annonces commencent à être douteuses.
And although the Aston rejoins the race, it is with little hope now of even finishing. A Porsche is being refueled with engine running, which is all against the regulations. Sure enough, next time round he is black flagged and disqualified for this breach of regulations. But not without the usual argument. Bad luck. Hard enough to go out with engine failure, but to be out with a car that is running well is heartbreaking. At Mulsanne, Simon, once leader of the race, stops for a few moments with overheating. Simon restarts, still in 10th place and determined to finish. 1 o'clock, 3 hours to go and only 20 cars still running. Levesque Talbot leads. Lang, Rees, Mercedes second. Helfrich, Niedermeyer, Mercedes third. And in fourth place is the Tommy Wisdom, Leslie Johnson, Nash Healey. This is a great moment in the Healy pit. Until now, a place in the first four must have looked impossible. But efficient pit control and skillful driving have brought the car into the picture with only 3 hours to go. Briggs Cunningham, with the sole surviving American cars, now come into 5th place. He's had a 2-hour rest and now takes over for the final hours. Levesque is also in to refuel for the last time. He has a clear lead over the German Mercedes, and despite extreme fatigue, but with victory in sight, he decides to carry on. All of France seems to be with the tiny figure in the large blue Talbot in his battle with exhaustion and a failing engine. Lang in Mercedes 21 is 4 laps behind the Talbot, over 30 miles. Now watch Lang press Levesque. The Mercedes driver cannot possibly make up the 4 laps now, but he can hope that the tired Frenchman will make a mistake. Lang has passed Levesque, but this is only a tiny fraction of the distance he has to make up. And with 2 hours to go, and only 18 cars left, the Talbot seems a certain winner, with the Mercedes safely in 2nd and 3rd positions. The Nash Healy is 4th, and the Cunningham 5th, and Lanciers are 6th and 7th. Only 90 minutes to go, but where is Levesque? Lang is there on 21. The other Mercedes goes through. Levesque is missing. Somewhere out on the circuit, the Talbot has stopped. And Neubauer realizes that his cars are now 1st and 2nd, and the miracle has happened. The Talbot has gone out with a broken crankshaft. Out go the pit signals. 2nd is shown to number 20. And now for the first time, out comes the magic 1 for Lang as he tears past the pits in the lead. Levesque reaches the pits in an official's car, a tired and disappointed man who has had victory snatched from his grasp. The race is now almost over. No other car is within striking distance of the 2 Mercedes, and although number 20 is a lap behind 21, the 2 cars close up together. Only 17 cars are still running out of the 57 that started yesterday afternoon. Despite their bitter disappointment, the French crowds are generous in their appreciation of the German success. And so the German Mercedes number 21 comes through to win, with number 20 in 2nd place. The British Nash Healy is 3rd. The American Cunningham a well-deserved 4th. The drivers of the winning car, Lang and Rees, receive their victors' bouquets, which they have so thoroughly earned. In years to come, there will be many discussions as to whether Levesque should have handed over to his 2nd driver. But no one in France will ever forget his magnificent drive in the 1952 Le Mans 24-hour race.